Hello, my name is Ziyan and in this video I would be presenting my Notes web application. I will explain the purpose of the website, demonstrate its main feature from user's perspective, and then walk through both the front-end and back-end code to explain how the application works technically. This is a full-stack web application developed using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript on the front end with a Node.js and Express backend connected to a MongoDB database for persistent data storage. The application supports user login, profile management, note creation, searching and deleting notes, secure data persistence, and session handling. I would start by showing the website from a user's perspective. As you can see, this is the home page. It introduces the application with clean and minimal interface. The navigation bar at the top remains consistent across all the pages and include links such as home, about, profile, notes, and also admin panel, which is only accessible by the admins, and login. Now this is the login page. User can log in by using their email details. As you can see, if I put my Gmail and my password, I would log into my account. After logging in, the user is redirected to the profile page. Here is the clear view. The user can see and update their personal information, including their name, email, bio, and profile picture. The data is securely in the database and retrieved when the user logs back in. Now I will move to the notes page. Page is also the core feature of the application. Of course, the user can add new notes, view all previous saved notes, and search through them in the real time and delete all the notes. Let's create a note and it's saved here. All the notes are stored in MongoDB, meaning they persist even after the users log out. Let me show. This is the note section, and here is the note which I just created, and it's stored here even if the users log out. I will now explain the project structure using the Visual Studio Code. The project is divided into two main parts, the front end and the back end. The front end contains HTML files for each page, a shared CSS file for styling, and separate JavaScript files to handle page-specific logic. As you can see, the backend contains the Node.js server files, root files for handling users and nodes, and Mongo's models that define how data is stored in MongoDB. This structure follows professional development practices and keep the code modular, readable, and scalable. On the front end, the HTML is used to define the structure of each page, such as forms, navigation bars, and content sections. CSS is used to create a consistent visual identity across the application. I used a clean color palette, consistent spacing, and responsive layout to ensure usability on both desktop and a mobile device. JavaScript handles all the interactions on the front end. This includes capturing form inputs, validating data, sending requests to the backend using the fetch API, and dynamically updating the page using DOM manipulation. For example, when a user submits a login form or add a note, JavaScript sends the data to the backend without refreshing the page, providing a smooth user experience. Now I will explain the backend of the application. The backend is built using Node.js and Express. Express is used to create API routes that handle requests from the frontend. There are separate routes for user authentication, profile data, and node management. Each route performs specific actions such as creating a user, validating login details, adding nodes, retrieving nodes, or deleting nodes. When the frontend sends a request, the backend processes it, interacts with the database, and sends a response back to the frontend using JSON format. The separation ensures that sensitive logic and data handling occur severely on the server side rather than the browser. Application uses MongoDB as its database with Mongoose as the object data modeling library. MongoDB was chosen because it's flexible, scalable, and works well with JavaScript based applications. Data is stored in collections such as users and nodes. As you can see here, all the users and all the nodes are stored in the MongoDB. Each user document stores information such as name, email, profile details. Each node contains the node content and is linked to the specific user using their unique identifier. The design ensures that each user only has access to their own nodes. Whenever a user adds, deletes, or views nodes, the backend communicates with MongoDB to perform the required database operation. The authentication system ensures that only logged in users can access protected pages such as profile and notes pages. When a user logs in successfully, session data is created and stored securely. Protected routes on the backend check whether the user is authenticated before allowing access. If a user attempts to access restricted content without logging in, they are redirected back to the login page. As it says, please log in first, not logged in. And here we are back at the login page. Now, if I put my email here, login, I can now go to my notes. Although this is a proof of concept, the architecture reflects real-world authentication patterns used in full-stack applications. Testing was carried out through a combination of manual testing and backend validations. I tested login and logout functionality, node creation and deletion, database persistence, and access control. Developer tools and console logging were used to debug issues related to API requests, database queries, and state management. One limitation of current system is that it does not yet implement advanced security features such as password hashing or token-based authentication, which would be required in a production environment. And also, my website has admin panel, which is only accessed by me because I logged in using my Gmail, so I can log in. But if I log out, admin panel locked, and if I log out and come through another account, I cannot access the admin panel. Now, I came from my original account. Let's put my password. And as you can see, I got the details of every user and everything. I can delete their account from here as well as the MongoDB, or anything. If they had any notes, I would also view it. To conclude, this Notes web application demonstrates a complete full stack workflow combining the front-end interactivity with back-end logic and database persistence. The project successfully meets its objective by providing a functional, user-friendly, and scalable application. In the future, this application could be improved by adding stronger authentication, encryptions, role-based access control, and deployment on a cloud platform. Overall, this project demonstrates my understanding of full stack web development and modern application design principles. Thank you for watching. This was all for my website assessment.